We spend a lot of our time trying to find ourselves, but maybe we're just looking in the wrong place. Choosing God isn't about losing your freedom. It's about losing the weight of having to figure it all out on your own. Stop chasing what fades and start leaning on what's eternal. It's the one choice you'll never forget. As I grow throughout the years, I realize that life is really just smoke. It comes and goes. 365 days out of the year, we're constantly battling something, ourselves. But just like the smoke fades, the things that we care about the most in life will also go as well. So I had to continue to ask myself, why do I keep going after smoke? Understand this one thing: in order to get to where you want to be at, you have to be willing to sacrifice. Whether it's to become something spiritually, whether it's for financial gain, physical gain, it doesn't really matter. You have to be willing to leave everything that you once known in the past. And when I say that, partying, drugs, alcohol, hanging out with friends, wasting your time, wasting your 20s. You gotta leave all that stuff in the past. And for me personally, moving out to a whole different state and just renewing my life, that was a big step for me in order to grow. And a lot of people, they're not willing to do the next thing because either they're comfortable or complacent, and they're just stuck in the same cycle that's going to keep them, you know, where they are. And it's not nobody else's job to go out there and just save them or just hold their hand through the journey. Because if you don't want it as bad for yourself, then I can't want it more than you. Right? So we all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna stumble at some point of our lives. Everything that the internet may tell you, um, yeah, getting rich is easy or being successful is easy. It's not, because it's every day. It's a battle. It's like, I had a OG come telling me, he's like, man, every day we at war. And I'm telling him, I'm asking him like, what do you mean? And he just tells me like every day we at war with the devil. And there's truth to that, because every day we constantly fighting ourselves. Those thoughts in our heads, discouragement, depression, not being motivated. It's hard. How can you keep telling somebody to live a better life for themselves when they keep having vices? When their fulfillment is in the bottle, the drugs, the weed. You can't go and tell that person to do better because they don't want to do better. You can't tell that person to move out to a whole different state, move to a different city, because they're comfortable where they are. And once you realize and get that wake up call that God is calling you to more, that's when things will just start to filter out. You're not going to have time to do certain things that you used to do. You're not going to have time to hang out. You're not going to have time for women. You're not going to have time to, do stupid stuff, because you realize you have a calling. You realize you have a purpose. You realize that you're just not here to perish like everybody else. And one thing for me, I had to realize that my purpose on here wasn't to live a life just for myself. because God is a God of servitude. We are only here to serve, bro. In whatever way. And my way is doing videos. Your way might be different than mine. You may be making art, or you may be cooking. You may be fixing things. Whatever that is, you have to step into that. And you have to step into it not with the mindset of what's the outcome. Am I going to get this amount of money? Am I going to get monetary gain from it? You have to step into it with the fact that you love what you're doing and there's a passion for what you're doing. You can't always do something just for the outcome. You have to have an outcome independence. Um, just off the love of what you do for your craft. Maybe you like to cook, right? You're not cooking just for the money. You're cooking because you love to do it. And whatever comes behind that will come. You just have to trust the process. Because when you have that wrong motive and you have a selfish desire, then you can't really expect any blessings to come. And you really can't just like sit here and tell yourself, well, everybody else is doing it. Social media, they make it seem easy to do it, but you don't know what it took for everybody else to get to that point. They're not choosing God, they choosing the world. They have wrong motives, wrong intentions. And every day we start to see these things, and it's a cycle, it's a whole pattern. And we just oblivious to it. Because, yeah, doing it the right way is going to take a long time. You're not going to grow as fast. But would you rather have long term sustainability or just get rich quick, get successful quick? So you just have to choose who you want to serve at the end of the day.